All right. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Raymond Report for a Thursday, December 9th. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your full Friday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by HockeyPicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join. Sign up today for free right here at HockeyPicks.com. And let's take a look at our top scorers right now at HockeyPicks, and it's still ST Hendo at 818, and there's a Sniper, Devious, at 791. Devious, you know him as Sniper, underdog Sniper in the bullpen. And Luongo 01, Justin, is at 792, and those are your top scorers right now at HockeyPicks.com. Your top pickers is yours truly, Ron Raymond, with 4 Stanley Cups. You got Nicholas Scott with 3, Louis Lovett with 3, and Hook'em Horns right here also with 3, and a lot of people with 3 cups. It was a good chance to get a cup last night. In fact, let's take a look at the honor roll. Louis Lovett got a 4-0 night. Shrek got Mary got a 4-0 night. Michael Chuck, you can see Ted Kuhlman, Velu LA, Nicky Bats, and Mags, a good friend from Montreal. A lot of good friends from Montreal, eh? Got a new Stanley Cup last night, a nice, shiny Stanley Cup into your profile page. So congratulations to all the people who got a mini cup last night. And let's take a look at our hottest picker right now at HockeyPicks.com. And that would be Dennis Tyler, 11-3. Dansko, Laura D, at also at 11-3. And you can see everybody here, a lot of 11-3. So you can see a lot of people are heating up right here at HockeyPicks.com. And let's go to our other site, bballpicks.com, and see who are the top scorers right now at bballpicks.com. And Zach Reed is at 822. It's a Maine's World. Jermaine Brown at 799. And Pele J, Jason Orange, is at 788. And those are your top scorers right now at bballpicks.com. And you can see Rui Pedro Nogueira from Lisbon is also the leader in the top pickers. He's got 6 Kobe Awards. Terminator's got 4, and a lot of people also got 4. You got Art 55 and Eddie O from Montreal. Everybody's from Montreal these days, right? And yeah, so you can get all their picks all for free right here at bballpicks.com. All right, good morning, Bullpen. Hopefully you guys are doing very well this morning, and love having you guys. Look at John Peresco, first one in. Hey, what's up? What's the play, Coach? Send in those pearls. If they want locks, death and taxes is the only locks you get here in life, right? Yeah, absolutely, Johnny. And there's the Sniper from the Peg, William Dryman. Good morning, Mr. Raymond. Love the show. Keep up the great work. Love those pearls. Thank you, William Dryman. Thank you very much, and appreciate the kind words. There's our good friend from the ATL, Mark Nations. Good morning, Mark. There's Jermaine Brown. It's a Maine's World. Good morning, Jermaine. Quentin Johnson's in the house. Low-key Louie. Low-key Louie. I love the creativity of some of the usernames. There's Miss Danica. Plays and Parlays in the bullpen. And good morning, Breakfast Club. And hopefully you guys are having yourselves a good start to your day. All right, if you're tuning in for the very first time, my name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of the beautiful country of Canada. Ottawa, Ontario is the city I live in and born and raised. Minus 8 degrees here this morning. I don't know why I feel like I got to do that every morning. I always got to tell you guys what the weather is in Ottawa. I feel like the weatherman. But yeah, it's probably better where you're at because it's, well, maybe not Winnipeg. I don't know about Sniper. Maybe Sniper's got us there on the minus chart. But minus 8 here today in Ottawa. So it is. But you know what? It's a sunny day, and it's always a sunny day when everybody chimes into the bullpen. And let's get that money, says Low Key Louie. All right. Have a great show for you guys here on deck today. And, you know, I've been working, you know me, I'm always working on trying to improve the website, improve the show, and get the best tools. And I've been doing a lot of studying lately. And, you know, I've written in my, I did some videos about the most overrated numbers in sports handicapping. You can find that in the VIP section. And the more that you get into sports betting, and the more you put in, like, you know, Malcolm Gladwell says in his book, right? You got to put 10,000 hours to really, to feel and live the culture of what you're eating, breathing, and sleeping every day in sports betting. And I've been doing this since 1996, so I'm going in my 24th year of being in the handicapping business. And at the end of the day, I'll go back to the Raymond Report. Value, percentage play, performance cycles. And I'm going to show you, I showed you guys this last week, some of the new tools that I created. I call it the strength of schedule, the strength of cycles, and I did some research this morning. I'm going to show you guys that at the end of the show. I got some pearls for you guys today, as my good friend Greg Dempson used to say. He used to tell me every day, Ron, you could be a Nobel Peace Prize Award winner, but if you don't got the pearls, they don't give a crap what you do. Hey, so you got to bring the pearls to the show, and pearls are what we call winners. And we're gonna. It's not our pearly white smile. It's pearly white winners that we bring here each and every day at the Raymond Report. All right, folks, and if you want to learn more about the Raymond Report, you can find out we got tutorials in the book. So if you want to read my book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, go to atsstats.com. Go to Tools, go to 50 Greatest Secrets, and if you want to learn the Raymond Report tutorials, this way it's a good way when you're, let's say, all the tutorials here, there's 18 videos, some of them are 5 minutes in length, so you're going to need a little bit of time, but you know what, if you want to invest and you want to learn and you want to win, it's about investment, right? If you're going to invest time and learn a new system and help you win, so this way, let's say if you go to NBA and you go to the Raymond Report, and, you can be overwhelmed. If you're new to sports betting and you tune into the Raymond Report and you go to the actual report and you're like, oh, my God, look at all this information. Hey, it's all there for you to have access to, but it could really be intimidating at times when you're looking at it. But some people just go here for certain sections of the website, and I'm going to do another video on how I handicap and some of the tools that I use to really... Less is more, right? So less is more. That's always my philosophy. You guys know that. And let's get on with the show. All right. So we're going to talk about the schedule today. Free horse racing tip sheet. The free horse racing tip sheet of the day is one of my favorite track. And unfortunately, I won't be there this year. It's Gulfstream Park in Florida. And Hallandale, Florida, right near Fort Lauderdale. And you can see it's today's Gulfstream Park is the tip sheet of the day. And we're giving away the entire tip sheet for free. All you got to do is go to atsstats.com, get races 1 to 10, all for free right here at ATS. And you go to horses, free tip sheet, and you get the entire tip sheet. We're going to go through the NBA Computer Forecast, the NHL Forecast, the Thursday Night Football Game of the Week between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. And then I'm going to share with you some of my pearls of the system plays. And I'm going to go through the database, and I'm going to get more pearls for you guys here today on the Raymond Report. All right, so let me see here who's we say good morning to. There's Isaiah. Good morning, Isaiah. Telly's in the house. Miss Danica's in the house. Hey, where's Gloria K? Where's Gloria K these days? She's she hiding on us? She's playing hooky to the Rain Report. I'm trying to show her our new banner that we created just for her, the Breakfast Club banner, as you can see on our YouTube channel. All right, too early for me. I have no idea what's good yet, says a sniper. All right, let's get to the NBA computer picks. Only 3 games in the association for this evening, and we're going to kick it off with the game between the Utah Jazz and the Philadelphia 76ers. This should be a good game. Now, Utah coming off a win last night in Minnesota, 136-104. That was that's a woodshed game right there. And the Sixers hung on for a 110-106 back and forth. Unfortunately, Sixers were my play last night in the beer and pizza money plays. I had the Sixers minus 6, I believe, but they won by 4. So unfortunately, they did not win, but they did win the game, but did not cover the spread in their last 2. Now going into tonight's game, they're a 3-point home underdog against the Jazz, and the over/under in this game is set at 217.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with Utah on this one, 107-105. The over/under set here at 212.79. Utah on a 5-game win streak, 17-7 on the season, while the Sixers are 14-11, 8-15-2 to the under. I had the Sixers at minus 1.47 on the value index, but I also had the Jazz right here. And let me see here. The Jazz, I had them at minus 10.11. All right, so it says here that Gloria K's been sick lately. Hopefully she's okay. Was sick, but I've seen her on Discord, says Mark Nation. I'm going to have to make my way to the Discord soon. Just been so busy with the other stuff that unfortunately I haven't been able to be on the Discord. I'm not really a big Discord or social media. I just plug away and just work. Unfortunately, that's one of my things that I do a lot is just trying to get better each and every day. All right, so I do like the Jazz in this one, 107-105, and looking at some of my numbers, and I'm going to show you In the Raymond Report, we got A, B, and C type teams. The Utah Jazz 7-1 against B type teams, but I'll show you that in just a few minutes. LA Lakers taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, the Lakers are 3.5-point favorite. The over-under here is set at 223.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna lean with the Lakers in this one. 117 to 112, the over-under at 229.35. LA coming off a 117-102 victory over Boston 2 nights ago, while the Grizzlies losing their last game last night to Dallas, 104-96. They are 14-11 on the season, same thing as the Sixers. And for the Lakers, 13-12, one game above 500. Be neutral against a be bullish team. And again, in the Rain Report, we talk about the Bears and the Bulls report and the neutral. So any team that is bullish in basketball means they're either 5-2, 6-1, 7-0 in their last 7 games. Teams that are neutral, fair market value, 3-4, 4-3, and teams that are bearish, 0-6, 0-7, 1-6, and 2-5. Those are what we classify as bearish teams, just like the stock market, right? And the final game of the evening, you got the Denver Nuggets taking on the San Antonio Spurs. Now the Spurs a 2-point favorite. The over-under set at 215.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, gonna look at that. Gonna lean with the Spurs, 106.5 to 106.3. The over-under landing on 212.9. And it looks like it's going to lean a small lean with the Spurs. But if you do like San Antonio, I recommend the money line. Just pick them. And if you do like Denver, take the points. All right. You know what? I forgot to show you guys this before. How, each and every day I come on here and I give you guys the computer pick. And, some of you guys like, hey, Ron, nice computer pick, but what's the record, right? What have you done for me lately? Hey, the old Janet Jackson song, right? That's what sports betting is all about. Not bad. The against the point spread is not that great, 46.4, but this is what I'm impressed with. 61% straight up calling winners, and the over-unders, when I say the over-under landing on, 56%, and that's based on the last 100 games. So if you're wondering, okay, what's this computer pick record? 61%, and I'll take that any day of the week, and hopefully that brings you to the winner circle most days of the week, right? So we can make the cash out money. Now, what about the NHL? How's the NHL been doing this year? And the NHL has been pretty good. Look at that. The computer pick on the NHL, 64%, and the over-under at 57%. So, guys, the computer pick here at the Rain Report has been, as Sammy Sosa used to say, very, very good. Okay? It's been very, very good. So hopefully you guys will, if you ever wonder what the record is, you can go to your dashboard, go to the last 100 games, and you can see the records of the computer picks. All right, let me just check out here and see what you guys are saying here this evening. And It's a Main World likes Utah, and you know what? I do have some numbers. Yeah, Utah 7-1 against B-type teams. In fact, let me go show you that right now. So this is one of the newest tools that I'm working on. And in the Rain Report, I always talk about, if you look at right here, A, B, and C type teams. And let me go right down here. I'll show you a good example of one of the cycles that I keep talking about, right? A type teams are teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. B type teams are 50 to 59.9. And then C type teams are teams below 500, right? So you see right here, A-type teams, 60 or higher percent. Those teams come with high public confidence but low rewards. B-type teams, 50 to 59.9%. Average teams, moderate public confidence, medium rewards. And C-type teams, 49.9% or lower. Below average team, low public confidence, but normally they have high rewards. All right, so having said that, what's the bullish? So that's the type of team. So when I say A-type team, or a B-type team right here. So A bullish, B neutral. What exactly does that mean? A, as you know, 60% or higher. B means 50 to 59%. But when I say the bullish, neutral, or bearish, and I just told you guys what the bullish was, 7-0 and all that. So what we do is we take this, and what I do after, because at the end of the day, and I talked about this in one of the most overrated numbers in sports, right? What's the team's record last 5 games? The box score. Box score to me, when you look at the box score, it's about the mental mistakes. When I look at box score, especially in football, I look at penalties. I look at turnovers, right? Those are things that I look at. I don't care about rushing yards. I do care, but not in the way of handicapping, because at the end of the day, a productive offense will, and a good coach will always make his adjustment. If it's, if you're going up against a good secondary, then the passing game is going to be neutralized and they're going to take it out. Then it's a good running game. And if you have a good front seven or a front six in football in the NFL, then you're going to use the passing game, right? So at the end of the day, if an offense is scoring an average over 250 yards per game, that's basically, 300 is perfect. Well, it would be not perfect, but it would be a considerable, 200 yards passing, 100 yards rushing. That's a good day at the office. But those are things that I think when you're looking at the box score, it helps you to some extent, but it doesn't really, it's not the clincher to really make a decision on where you're going with your sports handicapping, right? For me, it's about the type of team you're playing. What type of team are you, right? Hey, you hear? I should just get a sign behind me or a prop. Bill Parcells, you are what your record says you are, right? And if the type of team, I'll give you a great example on winning teams. Did you guys watch that Montreal Tampa Bay game the other night? Tampa Bay's down 2-1 late in the third period. They find a way to tie it, and they find a way to win the game in the last 30 seconds. A-type teams, that's what you get. You can't handicap that. You can't handicap great teams winning in the last minute of a game because that's what they do. Those A-type teams find a way to win. C-type teams find a way to lose. Remember that. A-type teams find a way to win. C-type teams always find a way to lose, and that's a classic example of what happened there the other night. All right, so Utah taking on the Philadelphia, not the Eagles, but the Sixers, and you can see right here, you got to beat neutral. Now, neutral means Philadelphia is 3-4 or 4-3 in their last 7. So what in this here covers the type of streak they're in of late, right? When you get teams like on a 10-game losing streak, 9-game winning streak, those are teams, 9, 10, 11. It doesn't matter. They're bullish. And what comes with bullish sentiment is public confidence. And when teams are bearish sentiment, it comes with, people just don't have any confidence in those bearish type teams, right? People don't want to touch them. But again, it's gambling. And bearish teams come with high reward factors, and teams that are winning, low reward factors because the bookmaker is going to make the price, expensive. Now, looking at Utah, and here's something I researched this morning. Now, there's two ways of looking at the approach when I look at, and this is one of the handicapping things that I use, right? When a team plays another team, that other team, how are they coming in and what type of team are they? What type of team are they? Are they an A, B, or C type team? Are they a really, the 10% club team? Are they average Joes? Or are they the disinterested teams in the Urban Meyer book, right? He talks about the 10-80-10 rule. I have the same approach when it comes to sports betting. Now, when I look at the Utah Jazz, an A-type team, all right? So they're an A-type team playing the Sixers, who have a winning record of 50 to 59.9%. So when Utah plays those B-type teams that have an average record, check it out. Look at this. They are 7-1 straight up. Only 4-4 against the point spread, and the average score is 115 to 110. Now, who are those average teams that they played? Now, keep in mind, it's all about that team on that day. So some of these teams I'm going to mention is like, whoa, Ron, that team's a losing record. No, but on this day, they weren't a losing team. So when I'm looking at these teams, Cleveland, winning record. You got Utah against Boston. All right, so we're talking about Utah. So Boston, a B-type team. Portland, a B-type team. Memphis, a B-type team. Philly, a B-type team. Atlanta, B-type team. So these are all teams that in Sacramento on November 2nd. Now, even though Sacramento might have a losing record right now, on November 2nd, they didn't. They had a B-type team. And why do I go back to teams on specific dates? Because on November 2nd, everybody had a perception on what all the teams were in the macro environment of sports betting, what they were in that day, right? So on November 2nd, Sacramento was considered a B-type team, but you can see the point spread was +9, right? And then Utah, Milwaukee, they started slow out of the gate. So here was the record. So it's basically what Utah's record perception-wise was against these teams on these certain days, and the average score was 115 to 110. But look at the Jazz, 7-1 against B-type teams. And the other good thing I love to do is I'll take away the A, B, or C. And any team that you're playing, they're coming in either hot, neutral, or cold, right? So right now the Sixers are coming in neutral. So what is Utah's record against all these neutral teams right now in the NBA? So here and this is where it varies from A, B, and C type teams, right? And that's the beauty of this system is that okay, you can do the research against those teams that are A, B, or C type teams. But what about these teams that are, a team like a good example would be New Orleans. Perfect. New Orleans, even though we know they're a bad team right now, but, they do go in a cycle of being hot, right? So what I'm looking for is when New Orleans was in that cycle and along with all the other teams. So when Utah played these teams that are in the neutral cycle, what's their record? 8-4 straight up, 6-6 against the point spread, 7-5-0 to the over. The average score was 111 to 107. Now, the line on this game here tonight is -3.5. Now, depending on bookmaker, I'm going to check what bookmaker's line number is on that game. And I'm going to just log in right now to bookmaker and see what the money line is on this game here tonight between the Sixers and the boom. Pearls, eh? Pearls on a Thursday. How do you like that? How do you like that? All right, 148. Wow. See, that's pretty good. That is very, very good. Or Sammy Sosa would say, very, very good. I really like this a lot. I like the money line on Utah tonight. Hey, I showed you the record against neutral type teams, A, B, or C, 8-4 straight up. And against those B type teams, we saw the record was what? 7-1, 8-1. I did. Let me just go back here. Boom, 7-1. So that, my friends, is a pretty solid play right there. All right, wanted to show you that. This is one of the tools that I'm working on. And guys, when you do this long enough and you want to be great, and you don't want to settle for being good, right? If you want to be good, you're going to either be broke or you'll be good getting broke, right? But you want to be great at doing something. And when you got a mission and you're just constantly trying to get better each and every day, you got to push the envelope and you got to really push yourself to the point where you question yourself and just find the answer, right? One of the things I always say, go find the caramel secret. Find the caramel secret and don't stop until you find it. Anyway, little pump up Thursday. I'm pumped up. Only one cup of coffee today too. Don't you like that? Just one cup of coffee. All right, so that is the tool, and I'm gonna do NHL. Then I'm gonna come back and do the other games for you. But I was too pumped to show you guys that today because our great programming team has developed that, and it's gonna really hopefully help us a lot. Get will it? My mission on doing that type of handicapping is improving your handicapping by 10%. If you're a 46, 47, 48% handicapper, wouldn't it be great if you're a 56, 57, 58? You got to be realistic, right? I'm not going to say, hey, you know what? Here's a crystal ball. Here's tomorrow's newspaper. Boom. Here's 100%. We're going to, hey, if we can get better 10% every day and then just add 1% to that, and do the less is more. And if you follow my premium picks, you can see that I'm hitting 60% with being selective, right? So hopefully that really hits home with you guys here today. All right, let's talk about the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, the Buds a 135 favorite. The over-under set at 5.5. ATS Forecast computer pick, going to lean with the Toronto Maple Leafs. 2.78, 2.41. The over-under landing here on 5.19. And I do have some numbers here on the Tampa Bay Lightning on the puck line. I'll show you that system in just a minute. But Tampa Bay going to this game on a 4-game win streak. Toronto coming off a 5-4 win over Columbus. A game they really jumped out to an early 3-0 lead, I believe, was in the first. And because of that, they were, sometimes in hockey, you get a big lead like that. And then you start sitting, you're not 2 men in deep. You're not back checking. You got a good goalie in Campbell, right? So you start letting go a bit, and next thing you know, the team's coming back 5-3, 5-4. But they scored that fourth goal with what point something in the. It's too bad it wasn't 4-3. It would have been 4-4, right? But going into tonight's game, this is the game of the night. Tampa Bay, Toronto should be a beauty. All right, Chicago taking on the Montreal Canadiens. Now the Habs coming into this one as a underdog here at the Bell Center tonight. Chicago coming off a 6-2 loss in their last game against the New York Rangers, who got thumped last night against the Colorado Avalanche. Man, Rangers need to get Shesterkin back in a hurry. -135 is the line here for Chicago. And looking at the total in this game, 5.5. ATS Forecast computer pick, going to lead with the Habs in this one, 2.88 to 2.82. The over-under at 5.7. Montreal now on a 5-game losing streak, 6-21 on the season. Anaheim taking on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, Anaheim, minus 111 is the price. The over-under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Ducks in this one. 2.64, 2.61. The over-under set at 5.25. And looking at this game, bearish, so Columbus, as you can see right here, is in a bearish cycle. And Anaheim against teams that are bearish this year, 7-0 straight up. So I'm going to show you guys some more numbers on this game. But looking at this game, we do like Anaheim by very, very close margin right there. All right, here's the, thank God there's like 10, 11 games here, because imagine if we just had 2 games and this was one of them. This would be a long night on the old clicker, right? Minus 111 is the price tag here, and the over-under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Islanders, who coming off a win over the Ottawa Senators the other night. Maybe they started a little bit of a winning streak. They're 6-15 on the year. And for the Predators, they're coming off a 5-2 victory over the Detroit Red Wings. And their last 2 games have gone over the total. They're on a 2-game win streak, but we like the Islanders in this one. 3.9, 1.2, the over-under at 5.18. Detroit taking on the St. Louis Blues, and I do like the over in this game, and I'm going to show you guys that in just a few minutes. The Blues are 175 favorite. The over-under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Blues in this one. 3.1 to 2.5. The over-under at 5.68. And looking at the Detroit Red Wings, last 3 games have gone over the total. Last 5 have gone over for St. Louis. Total's 5.5. Nice little total right there, but I bet you the money line's like minus 130, 140 or something like that. But looking at the forecast, again, going with St. Louis, 3.1, 2.5. Over-under at 5.68. My line on the game, I had the Blues plus 100 about, and they're at minus 175. The Cobos at 23%. And you can see I had the Red Wings at plus 123, so close to fair market value. Boston taking on the Edmonton Oilers, and the Bruins losing last night to the Canucks. Hey, Bruce, there it is. Got his second win with the Canucks last night. 2-1 was the final. I believe it was a shootout at the end. But 132 is the price tag here today on the Oilers. The over-under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Edmonton Oilers. 2.89, 2.78, the over-under at 5.67. Looking at Boston's last 5 games, I've gone under the total. Now Edmonton, an A-neutral type team, now on a 3-game losing streak. And the way they started, you knew there'd be a hiccup along the way. And we'll see what happens here tonight in Edmonton at the Rogers Place. Carolina taking on the Calgary Flames. This is going to be a good one at the Scotiabank Saddledome. You got minus 125 price tag here on Calgary. The over-under at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Flames on this one. 2.97, 2.72. The over-under is set here at 5.69. Looking at Carolina coming into this game off a 4-2 win over Winnipeg. They are 17-7 on the year. They've won their last 2 games, while Calgary losing 5-3 to the Sharks, and they are now in a 2-game losing streak, losing to San Jose and forget the other one. I want to say Vegas. I think it was Vegas the last 2. All right, Winnipeg taking on the Seattle Kraken. Now, Winnipeg coming off that loss to Carolina. They're 12-13 on the year, so they need a win tonight to get back to 500. And for the Seattle Kraken expansion team, 9-16 on the year. Not really knowing what to expect with Seattle, right? Anytime you get a team that's an expansion team, Vegas was just a special type of situation, I guess, that worked out very well. But we'll see. The jury's still out here on the Kraken. 9-16, so they got a lot of work to do right now. But on the computer pick, we are going to lean with the Jets. 3.45, 2.67. The over-under set here at 6.12. And looking at some of my numbers, Seattle against C-type teams. Now that Winnipeg is 12-13, Seattle against C-type teams this year, 9-0 to the over. So something to consider on the total if you want to bet that game. Dallas taking on the LA Kings. Now the Stars are 120 favorite. The over-under is set at 5.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lead with the Dallas Stars in this one. 3.03, 2.8. The over-under at 5.83. Now, the only selection I had last night at the Rain Report was the Vegas Golden Knights, and we got a little bit lucky. 5-4 was the final against Dallas. Snapped that 7 or 8 game win streak. So we got we'll take it. We'll take that win. And looking at LA now, coming off a 4-0 loss to the Canucks. That was the first game for Bruce Boudreau. And LA 10-14 on the year, 8-16 to the under, while the Dallas Stars 8-15 to the under, 13-10. their record this season. Minus 173 was my line. I had the Kings at plus 100 on the value index. So right there on the value index for the Kings, and you can see the Dallas Stars, you are getting value. I had them listed at minus 173, and 75% chance of this game going over the total tonight at the Crypto.com Arena. And the final game of the evening will be at the SAP Center, the SAP Center. You got Minnesota taking on the San Jose Sharks. Minus 147 is the price tag here on the Wild. The over-under set at 5.5. Minnesota coming off a big win over Edmonton. They're on a 7-game win streak right now. And you can see here we do like the Wild to go wild tonight. 3.41, 3.18. The over-under at 6.59. Minus 182 is my line on the game. And minus 110 for the San Jose Sharks. So I feel you're getting pretty good value on both these teams here tonight. And 11-4 versus neutral teams. Minnesota, check this out. So when Minnesota, probably one of the hottest teams right now in the NHL. And let's go to NHL. Minnesota Wild. And we saw right here, right? So let me go right here. Minnesota, a bullish against a B neutral type team, right? So they're B because they got a 50 to above 50% win percentage, between 50 and 59.9. And they're B neutral. And when Minnesota plays those neutral teams, check out the over-under record or the straight-up record. Look at that, 11-4 straight up. So when Minnesota is playing a team that's not hot, not cold, lukewarm, right? We'll call them lukewarm. They are 11-4 straight up, so that's a pretty good. More pearls right there. If you like Minnesota, minus 147, almost the same, almost the same price tag as Vegas was last night against the. Who did Vegas play against last night? Dallas. Yeah, how did I forget that? All right, so here's some of the other numbers that I got for you guys. So let's go to that Chicago game. I'm going to go to the Chicago Blackhawks and Chicago against bearish team like the Montreal Canadiens. So let's go back up here. So we got Montreal, the C bearish type team right here. So meaning Montreal in their last 7 games. Let's go take a look at Montreal's last 7 games. And this way you'll know what I mean by bearish. How are we doing on time here? 30. Okay, I got 10 minutes. All right, so let's go to Raymond Report. Let's go to NHL, Chicago. And now I'll do that Monday Night Football game. Thursday Night Football. I feel like a Monday, right? All right, so let's go to Chicago and Montreal. Montreal, a bearish cycle right now. And if you look at their last 7 games, 1-6. So that's why, if you're wondering why is Montreal bearish right here, that's because they are 1-6. And when Chicago plays any of those bearish teams this season, A, B, or C, look at the under. 2-7 to the under. So not a bad 6-3 straight up. On the puck line, 7-2. And the average score is 2.5 to 2.1. So again, very good tool to use when you want to consider handicapping. When a team plays another team with that's almost identical, how do they face those type of teams, right? And especially, now you can face a team like Montreal, but maybe Montreal's coming off a 6-game win streak, or maybe they're coming off a 6-game losing streak, right? So you see the difference that varies in those C-type teams. Performance cycles. I can't stress it enough when I talk about this. Value, percentage play, performance cycles. You marry those 3 and you got yourself the caramel secret, hopefully. All right, Montreal, let's take a look at the Habs right now. And the Montreal Canadiens de Montréal against a C-type team this year. Not a bad record, actually. Look at this. No, it's a really bad record. Sorry. Look at that. 1-9. 1-9 against those bottom feeders this year. How about at home? Let me see what the record against those bottom feeders at home. 1-3. So, yeah, Chicago, not a bad play here this evening. If you do like the Chicago Blackhawks, minus 132. And the last pearls of the day. So I gave you Seattle on the over against C-type teams. So let me do that again. So Seattle against those C-type teams this year. Look at that, 9-0 to the over. Hey, is that amazing or what? Hey, that's pretty good. All right, and then this one here. I love the over in Boston, Edmonton. Look at this. So when Boston's playing B-type teams, when the Boston Bruins are playing B-type teams this year, the under 1-4, 2-3. Wait a minute, where was the? Okay, maybe I was reading the wrong one here. Edmonton. Sorry, I was supposed to look at Edmonton. Edmonton. Yeah, let's go to Edmonton against B-type teams. There we go. 5-0 to the over. So Edmonton against B-type teams at home this year. And when they're facing a team that's in a neutral cycle, like Boston is neutral right now. So let's go Edmonton against those neutral type teams. 9-4 to the over. So I do like the over tonight between Boston and Edmonton. And one more. I'll get one more here. Let's go St. Louis. I like the over in this game too. If you like the game in St. Louis and between the Blues and Detroit, the over, these two teams, Detroit can score this year. And when St. Louis is at home, so when St. Louis at home against, was it B-type teams? Let me try this. Let's see if it was B-type teams. Nope. It must have been neutral. Bullish teams. All right. Teams coming in bullish. St. Louis at home, bullish type teams. No, wait 1 sec. I got to read my own reading here. 8-3 against bullish teams. All right, so let me do this. Bullish teams. I got to take the B out. There we go. 8-3 to the over. 8-3 to the over against bullish type teams. And if they're at home against those bullish type teams, 6-0 to the over. So when St. Louis at home against those bullish teams, 6-0 to the over. All right. Hey, pearls, baby. Hey, just give them pearls. Never heard of Pinnacle? I'll look into it. Yeah, Pinnacle's a good sports book. Let me see here. All right. So, how you doing, Elliot? Elliot's in the house. OG, pearls, pearls, pearls. Ball cash. How you doing, guys? All right. So, let's go to the Thursday night football game between the Steelers and the Vikings. Now, looks like there'll be no Thielen tonight on this game. And that's unfortunate if you are a Vikings fan. But let's go to the card, as they say in boxing, right? All right, so Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the Vikings, a 3.5-point favorite here this evening. The over-under is set at 43.5. ATS forecast, computer pick, going to lean with the Minnesota Vikings. 25.7, 18.8. The over-under here set at 44.51. Minnesota 2-3 in their last 5, 3-2 against the point spread. 4-1 to the over, while the Steelers are 2-2, 2-3 against the line, 3-2 to the over. My line on the game, I had the Vikings at minus 0.41, so overvalued at 3.5, and I had the Steelers right there, 3.9. So you're getting good value on the Pittsburgh Steelers here this evening. And Pittsburgh 2-3 on the road this season, 3-2 against the number, while the Vikings 3-2 straight up, 2-3 against the point spread, 1-4 to the under. The Steelers coming off a win over Baltimore in the last game, 2019. That's when Harbaugh went for 2. So it could have been a loss. It's one of those games. And for Detroit, Minnesota losing to Detroit, giving them their first win of the year, 29-27. And let me take a look here. What did I see right there? Pittsburgh, nothing really to write home about. You got the Vikings taking on the Bears at Soldier Field next week, and Pittsburgh taking on the Titans at home. So big game right there for Pittsburgh next week. And let me take a look at some of the other numbers here. The road teams this year, 29-16 on Thursday nights. So road teams last 3 years, 29-16 against the point spread on Thursday nights. And let me see other numbers here. Minnesota since 1983, 13-5 during Week 14. A little trend there, your friend right there. But let's go to my database here, and let's go to NFL. And let's see what the database says here. So let's take a look at Pittsburgh first. So we'll take a look at some of the numbers on the Steelers against the C-type team now, right? So let me just grab my other sheet. So we got a C neutral against a B neutral. So Pittsburgh playing a C neutral type team, so a team below 500. And this season against those teams, they're 2-0-1. That tie against Detroit, 2-1 to the over, but 0-3 against the number. So anytime Pittsburgh faces those C-type teams, the teams they should beat, right? Beat the beatables. 0-3 against the point spread. So not a good record right there. But let's take a look at the cycle against teams that are neutral for Pittsburgh. And when Pittsburgh faces neutral type teams this year, 5-4 straight up, 5-4 against the number. The average score is 23-20 for 43. And what's the total in this game here tonight? We're looking at 43.5. So right there on the number. And let's take a look at the Minnesota Vikings. And Minnesota against those C-type teams, B-type teams. B-type teams this year, 1-1 straight up and against the point spread. And let's take a look at, let me see, Pittsburgh's in a neutral cycle. So both teams coming in neutral. And let me see, Minnesota neutral, 4-3, but 5-2 against the point spread. And 25 to 25.4. Wow, 25.7, 25.4. Now, with no Thielen in the lineup here this evening, I'm going to lean with the Steelers here tonight. I'm going to take the plus 3.5, and I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 3.5, and that is my play of the Thursday night game between the Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, folks, that's the show today in a nutshell. Pretty good pearls here today, I find. Let me see anything before I go. If I missed any questions, like the Stars, Sharks beat Calgary in the tank, and I'm off that game. Wild and over, says Miss Denica. Let's cash in. Dallas Stars, Wild, and Chicago Blackhawks tonight, says Daryl and his other brother Daryl. And rolling with the Steelers and Big Ben retirement tour. Yeah, I agree with you, Daryl. That's a good one. Real Sociedad in soccer today. All right. So let me see. I like the Vikings, but no Adam Thielen worries me, says tongue-tied. Yeah, I agree. 100%. Calvin Cook is out, and injuries on offensive line. Yeah, that's not good. So, no, I do like the Steelers here tonight, guys, plus 3.5, and we'll see what happens with that. All right, if you're interested in my top plays, my best bets, you can get them right here at the Rain Report at atsstats.com. Go to Premium Picks. Very selective when I give out my selections, so you might not get a pick every day, but I will try to anytime I feel there's a solid play, I will release it. But you will get my beer and pizza money picks each and every day with your membership right here at atsstats.com. All right. The system plays of the day. Let's go to the system plays of the day. Almost forgot that. Gloria K wouldn't be happy there on the replay if she saw that. Let me go to the system plays of the day. And I got a couple of systems for you guys here today. The first one is, let's go to the game between Lakers and Memphis. Hello, Memphis. All right, here we go. So I got a system on the Memphis Grizzlies here tonight. It's on the total. Sorry, not total, the side. Anytime you got an NBA home team, the total's 220 or more after a division game versus a conference opponent, and that home team is coming off 3 unders, they are 16-4 straight up, but 14-6 against the number. So let's go Memphis minus, what is it, plus 4. Now we're getting Memphis plus 4. So let's go Memphis plus 4 tonight. And then we're going to go to the Calgary Flames in hockey. Let's go to Calgary. Let's go to Saddle Dome. And we're going to take the Calgary Flames here. And what's the system? The system is this. It's, wow, look at Calgary. I got 2 stats. I got a team trend, which team trends are, I don't put much emphasis on team trends, but I put more on a system trend. A team trend is when that team's in that situation. A system trend is when any other NHL team is in that situation. So when any NHL home favorite totals 5.5, coming off a road loss as a favorite, coming off a 4-game road stand like Calgary, allowed 5 or more goals against their last game, 12-3 straight up, 5-10 to the under. I really like this Calgary system right here. And look at that, 13-0. Anytime a Calgary Flames team is a home favorite after a non-division game, scored 3 or less goals for in their last game, 13-0 straight up in the next game. So that's a pretty strong one right there. Oh, there's Gloria K. How you doing, Gloria? I've not been feeling good, says Gloria K. What did I miss? Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Gloria. Hopefully you're doing well. But hey, if you look at today's logo, Gloria, see where did I put it? Right here. So let's go over here. Let's go to the. This is for my good friend Gloria K in Chicago. Who's not feeling good right now. But look at that, Gloria. Right here. That's your logo right there, the Breakfast Club. So anytime I do a thumbnail, I'm going to add the Breakfast Club. I should put Gloria K up there somewhere, right? So I'll do that for you today, Gloria. Maybe it's for today, maybe it's a chicken soup in there, right? To make you feel better. All right, folks, there you have it. That is the Rain Report today in a nutshell. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. And again, I can't stress enough, please share this video on your social medias, on your friends, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter accounts. And if you do like the show and you found it very productive and it helps you win, much appreciated if you do hit that like button. If you hit the like button, that makes me feel good when you hit the like button. So that way, I know you guys are liking the show and you're coming back each and every day. All right, folks, CFL prediction, that'll be on Friday. I'll give you a CFL Grey Cup prediction on Friday. That'll be in the works for sure. NFL will be tomorrow. Kinesiology, Marty. NFL is Football Friday. We'll do that tomorrow on a football Friday. That's why I do the Thursday night game, and then I'll do Friday, I'll do all the NFL games, and then on Monday Night Football. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your full Friday. That's a Thursday to you and me. As always, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back on the Football Friday. Hasta la vista, baby. I'll see you mañana. Cheers.